Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to be shoutcasting another game by the BananaSplits, one of the ranked teams that are part of NTGL, the Newbie Tuesday Gaming League. They've been trying to get a lot of practice in, have been looking for feedback, but also just want to get a little bit of exposure out there so they can see their games from a different perspective. So we'll hopefully be seeing a lot more of these coming up soon. But going to be firing up low replay and getting our get the next game in. This is I don't believe a ranked 5v5, but take a look here. The BananaSplits are playing on the purple side, whereas their opponents, of course, on the blue side. Team-wise, we see looks like I could have probably Rise mid, Vladimir top, Varus and Sona bot, and Xin jungle. Vladimir and Rise could swap up depending on what lane matchup they want, but typically you'll see Vladimir go top. On the other team, we'll see Tristiana and Leona in the bot lane. And it probably will be Kennen top, Kale mid, Vi jungle. And I'm assuming Rise mid. We'll see. But gonna get started here. Picking up next game between BananaSplits on the purple side and Team No Name on the blue side. I really need to come up with a list of names for all these Team No Names, because where they're not ranked teams, we don't actually get to see their names. So, alright, just taking a look at early item builds. We see on the BananaSplits, fairly standard builds coming out. Sona's taking a very standard support build, going 2 parts of the Philosopher's Stone and a couple of site wards to go along with the Biscuit and Explorer's ward. A lot of times you'll see only one part of this come out in extra wards, but this does give you a very easy Philosopher's Stone right at level 2, right after that first gank, or very early back. Rise, we see, he's picked up Fairy Charm, so he's going to try to combat some mana problems early in game. And Varus has started Longsword, 2 potions, which will give him a little bit of damage in lane early. Not as much regen as a Vamp set, as a Doran's Blade, but does lead himself to a Vamp Scepter fairly early. Vladimir taking Ruby Crystal. Vladimir's passive gives him AP based on health and health based on AP. So this technically gives him more damage too. Very nice way to be able to start off the game with that nice chunk of health. See, neither team's really moving, doing much warding in the other jungle, not threatening each other's buffs. Vladimir's protecting the entrance to the purple side red, but doesn't look like anything's going to happen there. On the blue side, while these buffs go down, take a look at the items on the blue side. Leona and Tristiana may not have connected. And we see Tristiana's connected. It's got Health Potion and Doran's Blade. Taking advantage of that disconnect to get a little bit extra gold. It looks like Kennen has gone mid instead of Kale. So, we'll see that now that we're into the laning phase. We see buffs went down fairly easily. Neither side used Smite, so Smite is still available for the next buff. Taking a look at early damage going down, not much in the way of harass going down. We see Kennen has started with his Shuriken. Won't have access to an early stun, but will probably pick up his W at level 2, which he just hit a moment ago. Down in the bot lane, we see it's a 2v1, and Varus and Sona are doing a very good job trying to pressure Tristiana back into her turret, pick up as much CS as possible while denying as much as possible Tristiana before Leona reconnects. We see top lane, getting ready to come down. Xin comes out of the bush. There was no ward there. Lots of damage, big knockup. That's going to be first blood. Vladimir picks it up with his it's not Hemoplage, his Q. Transfusion. So it does pick up first blood there. It's going to be a nice buff to his early game, be able to pick up good starting item early, and will deny Kale a lot of farm in CS, as that wave is already pushing into the turret. Leona still has not reconnected, so bot lane, take a look down here, is already pushed into the turret. Vi's not stepped out to help yet, so although she's looking to get into position now, we'll get seen by the minions, I think, and maybe stepping around. All three lanes really pushing into the turret very hard at this point. I saw ping going out. Looks like might be a gank coming out from Vi. She hasn't stepped out just yet. Lots of harass on all three lanes. Tons of harass coming out. All three lanes pushing an early advantage, and Vi is not really taking advantage of the push lanes to make any sort of a gank here. We see the pool go down to avoid some damage. That costs 20% of your health. That might not have been enough damage. Rise does flash over the wall. Vi finally making her presence felt. I'm not sure if Flash was really necessary there. Xin Zhao was coming to help. I think Rise could have walked around, and Xin Zhao would have been there to back it up. But taking the Flash means no damage and can stay in lane even longer. Leona has made it into lane, is 3 levels behind. Won't be able to do much until she hits level 2 and gets her Zenith Blade. But at least now the lane will kind of go back in. Xin Zhao comes out again, gets 2 hits of the knockup, but Kennan's able to use Lightning Rush to get away. Now Vi is coming into the bot lane where it's pushed again. Tristiana makes a late jump, doesn't get the slow from it down on anyone, and Varus and Sona just walk away. Kale's got her heal now, and so is able to... oh, now we can see Vi was just waiting in the bush and throws a good bit of damage down to Varus. Gonna make sure to make up for the fact that she wasn't down there before. Kennan's dropped to 150 health, so no easy lane there for Kennan, but pushing back against Rise fairly hard too. He doesn't have Flash to get in there and toss the damage. Tristiana tries to jump in on Sona, doesn't get the damage for the kill. And we see now that Leona's there and able to use Zenith Blade, able to close gaps fairly easily. And Kennen having to pull back, only got 200 health right now. Sona going back as well in bot lane, so Varus is going to be on his own. See Xin Zhao pinging, and gets nice damage onto, or Vi gets nice damage onto him. He walked out in the river without seeing Vi in the bush there. But no one came to help, so no real threat at that point. Top lane, Vladimir is still farming up strong against Kale. See, a lot of damage going down. Vladimir just has so much innate sustain, though. It's going to be really hard for Kale to burst him down until she gets a couple of items. See Xin Zhao now coming bot, said, hey, Vi spent some time down there, made it 3v2. Let me return the favor for just a second until Sona gets back. See Kale going fairly low on mana. So that harass is going to start really turning to Vladimir's favor if he's able to get the sustain up. Oh, Sona walks out and gets caught in the Zenith Blade. That looks like it's probably going to be death. Tristiana does not really follow up all that hard. There was no jump. It took a while for her to start auto-attacking, and because of that, Sona walks away. Very slow reaction there by Tristiana from the Zenith Blade stun combo from Leona. Tristiana doesn't seem to be moving around quite so much. Makes her an easy target for the piercing arrows, and there goes one out. But isn't taking that much damage from it yet. Varus probably is maxing his, he's splitting damage between his Desecration and Piercing Arrow. Hell of arrows. And then it creates the Desecrated Ground. That's what it is. See the second round of buffs starting to spawn. Xin Zhao taking the blue. And the one on blue side hasn't spawned yet, so... blue buff going over to Rise on the purple side. BananaSplits giving Rise the cooldown and mana regen he desperately wants so he can continue to throw out spells. Still, no one, except for Sona, has gone back to buy yet. So this 2,000 gold lead hasn't really appeared in-game yet. Hemoplage goes down, a lot of damage going on to Kale. Kale does not get her ultimate off and dies. Had her ultimate available and did not take it. With the ultimate would have had an extra second or so to try and burst down Vladimir. That did not happen. Hemoplage procs, and Vlad is able to pick up a second kill in top lane, furthering that lead. Almost 2,000 gold now. See, Leona throws down a ward. We'll have Vision. Tristiana's not there. She can't really go in on her own. Leona does not have the innate damage. Her passive, which is so powerful in a duo lane, is completely useless when she's on her own. Kennen having to use his Lightning Rush just to stay away from Rise, not able to use it to pick up farm. Xin Zhao picking up red buff here is going to make him quite a terror when he ganks, being able to slow long enough to get the third hit and the knock-up, let everyone catch up. Vlad uses his piercing arrow, does not charge it up fully. It guarantees you're probably guarantees you're gonna get the hit because there's very little warning time, but the damage is severely reduced by doing that. We see Vladimir's come back to base. His first buy is Warmog's armor. That's a ton of health and tons of health regen. He can just sit there and continuously poke. Doesn't not have spell vamp yet, so can't really stack his E's at will, but still has a ton of health there, and with that regen doesn't have to worry quite so much about running out of health trying to cast his spells, because like Mordekaiser, he casts, oh, nice pull right before Vi connects. He uses his pull to duck underneath the knockup, ignores all the damage, and Vi's ultimate goes on cooldown. Now, in bot lane, we see Leona throws out Solar Flare. No follow-up from Tristiana. They do see the rest of the team was there. That's probably why there was no follow-up. But now it's a 3v2 in the lane. And that's another ult on cooldown for the blue side with very little response. Let's see, Vi trying to come in, trying to get some damage on Rise. Uses the Maelstrom to actually pick up the kills. No, Kennen does not pick a kill. Vi gets the kill. Xin Zhao trying to go for Kennen is going to die in the process, so that's 2 kills. That evens up the kills and brings the gold to just a 500 gold difference. So nice job there by Vi and Kennen. Both kills do go into Vi. Kennen is actually okay in CS, so it isn't desperately needing gold. Does get 2 assists though. We see Vladimir's already got over 2,000 health. I mean, he's just harassing Kale down. The CS difference there, almost 2 to 1. That's just a ton of gold, a ton of CS that Kale is not going to get, and he just keeps pushing in the turret. If Vlad is able to push in, he ought to be able to roam down mid and help pick up more kills down in the mid lane. He could really snowball out of control this game. Taking a look at mid, we see Rise pushed back into his turret. Kennen trying to get in position to throw a shuriken on him and then follow it up with the with his W. There we go. Yeah, his electrical surge allows for a nice bit of damage without having to really be in harm's way. Alright, we see the ultimate go down. Oh, Vlad doesn't care. He pulls during the ultimate, doesn't take damage during it, and then as soon as the Kale's invulnerability was over, single Q just throws out a ton of damage. Doesn't have pull available to dodge Vi's ultimate that time, but is able just to run into, walk away from Vi and get to the turret because of his massive health pool. That's Vladimir is just completely dominating that top lane. And we see Xin Zhao waiting to pick up a kill on Kennen. He's probably hoping to see that first auto attack go off, so there's no easy stun, easy mark there to follow up with the electrical surge and a shuriken for a stun. But does go in, get some damage down. Kennen just electrical surges away, or not storm rush. Lightning rush. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. But no, we see lanes kind of starting to even out a little bit as very few buys happening across the map. But see, Sona's still got Philosopher's Stone, still has a ward. We see bot lane. Tristiana's got far more farm than Varus, despite the early disadvantage. Huge amounts of damage going down though. Barrier goes out, barrier gets popped. Knock away. Varus not really following. Now stun going down onto Leona, trying to get the damage, but Solar Flare comes out, stuns Varus, and will allow Leona to flash away to safety. The three-man gank, not successful. And now Kennen and Vi coming down to make sure that turret's not lost. Alright, Kennen goes back to mid lane, uses the lightning rush, only gets the mark onto one person. Vi tries to dash in from behind, it misses her target, lots of damage going out. Xin Zhao does manage to back away before he lands a hit, so no turret damage to him. Vladimir still completely and utterly dominating the top lane, drops scale to 200 health with Hemoplague and a Q. Oh, Xin Zhao dives in 1v3 underneath the turret and gets taken out very quickly. Because of that, Tristiana gets a reset and decides to jump in on Varus. Not able to pick up the kill there, but they do get the kill on Xin Zhao that evens up the gold just about again. Only a 400 gold difference here. Most of that coming in the top lane. The other lanes are all under-farmed their counterparts of their pro team, but top lane Vlad still has almost a 2-to-1 CS advantage and does pick up the first turret of the game. In response, blue team goes over and is picking up Dragon. Leona tanked most of it. Oh, and is so low. Sona comes in, single Q, and picks up... Sona picks up a kill on Leona, and then almost steals the Dragon with a Q as well. Rise flashes in, is not quite in range for a Runic Prison, isn't able to get the stun on Kennen. Now here comes the Maelstrom, Kennen returning the favor, and now it's 2 kills down on for blue team, turning around what looked to be a very bad situation after winning the Dragon into a very positive situation. Now here comes Vladimir, face checks a bush and gets lit up, does pull away, and Xin Zhao and Varus are coming in. Varus' ult does miss. Vlad just trying to lifesteal. The invulnerability comes out. Vlad is no longer able to get the health. Vulnerability wears off just as Vlad dies, and Xin Zhao picks up the kill instead. So, lots of kills all of a sudden going back and forth, but now the kills are 6-5 in favor of the blue team, and with that, they now have the gold lead, granted by a slight 200 gold. So with all that, both teams now have a lot of gold to spend. We're going to see a lot of major items start to come out. Pink ward's going down, preventing vision in the bot lane. Xin Zhao and Vi kind of look at each other like something was going to happen there. Fight ends up not breaking out. Rise and Kennen are now there as well. So it'd be a nice little 2v2 battle of the knockups. Vi's left and Kale's coming mid now as Vi rotates down to the bot lane and then turns around and comes right back. See, Leona taking a lot of damage from Sona as Pink ward in that bush is taking out yet another ward. Sona is bound and determined to have that bush warded Does not have a sight stone yet, so those wards aren't free. But that's another ward that's going away. Try to get sneaky and not place it in the bush. Still in range of the pink ward, though, so it gets spotted out and taken out. Still no vision that tri-bush. Lots of pink wards on the bot lane for blue side. That's the reason the ganks haven't been happening there. So Xin Zhao looking... two quick marks. A lightning rush might have been able to get the stun there. And there's the Maelstrom. Lots of damage going out. Xin Zhao gets melted by Maelstrom. Easy kill pickup for Kennen. Take a look at Kennen. I mean, he's gotten his farm down. Is already picked up part of is building for a very quick Zhonya's Hourglass. Oh, bot lane gets split for the purple team. Varus and Sona. Oh, the solar flare goes out, and with that, solar flare missed. Then Leona comes back with a crescendo to get away. That fight looks like nothing's going to happen. Vladimir gets caught out again. 3 versus 1. Vladimir still almost escapes, but I think Vladimir was there maybe trying to steal the blue just to get the cooldown reduction. So, nice set of plays there by both teams. Purple side making the bot lane solar flare go in between the champions, and then returning the favor with a crescendo to make sure very little damage goes down. Blue team's able to get away, but then at the same time, up on the top side of the map, Vlad tries to steal blue and gets caught out and dropped by 3 members. So, slight little drop in the action here, hopefully. We see Vi taking up the red buff again. She really needs that perma-slow to stick onto her targets after she dashes in. And more pink wards taking away vision for the purple team. And Kale looking to maybe return the turret in top lane. Does have high attack speed thanks to the Stinger. But not able... Oh, now we have a 4v2. Rai shuts down Vi. Gets some extra gold. Stun comes out from Kennen after 3 marks. Lots of damage. Trying to use Maelstrom to pick up the kill as he runs. Xin Zhao does get away with 200 health. So not able to pick up the kill there on Kennen, but they do get one, killing off Vi, melting her down with Rise's chain of Spellfire. See Varus still farming in the bot lanes. Sona comes back to join them. Still no wards for the purple team, just because they all keep getting destroyed. See, Sona has built Tear of the Goddess. Not an item you typically see on a support. It's fairly expensive, and but does mean Sona won't have as much mana issues as she keeps throwing out spells. It will probably build fairly quickly. But no wards, no real reason to give them to keep getting destroyed, I guess. Now we see Vladimir and Vi meet up in the top lane. No longer has a huge... did he just pull twice? That's what it looked like, but if Vi continues to chase, she will die because Vladimir will lifesteal most of it back until Kale gets caught up with the speed boost from her heal. But I swear that looked like Vlad pulled twice. But with Vice being seen in the top lane, Xin Zhao comes in, moves Kennen away from the creep wave. Farm, fairly even in the mid lane. Varus is a little bit behind in the bot lane. Top lane, though, Vlad, despite not being quite as dominating as he was, now that the health totals are starting to equalize across the board, still almost a 2-to-1 lead in terms of CS in the top lane. Gold team-wise is just about even. It's less than 100 gold difference at this point. Lots of damage going. Oh, Crescendo comes out. Stun comes out from Vladimir. That's going to be a kill on the Tristiana. The trick's going to be... Liliana looked like she was going to try to take Sona with her. But the Chain of Corruption spread and stuns her in place. Stun goes down to Vlad. Zonya's Hourglass from Kennen, while his ultimate goes, melts the purple team. Vlad does manage to get away. They do pick up a kill on Xin Zhao and Rise, though. So that's a 1 for 2 across the map. And Kale decides to dive past 2 towers trying to pick up Vlad. Vlad says, okay, now that you've taken all that damage from the towers, I turn around, I throw out my Q, and I'm going to heal back just enough to survive. And picks up a kill for his troll. So now it's a 2 for 2. So much for that advantage that blue team is going to get from that fight. They do pick up, however, the mid tower, as Vlad is forced to go back, being dropped under 200 health. Oh, nice solar flare coming out. Zenith Blade, stun does not hit. There's the stun finally. Tristiana's close. And now, they're not able to pick up the kill, and then flash over the wall, and Sona does not go towards the turret, so that flash is wasted. And she turns the corner, and looks like she is going to escape, although now Vlad is going to be in trouble. As he runs back to the other turret, but is so low on health, and Tristiana will have to run by him to... Oh, it gets stunned underneath the turret. That's going to return the kill. That's a nice use of Crescendo, and then Rise comes in with the Runic Prison and locks up Leona, also underneath the turret. Turret doing most of the work there, but still 2 kills in the bot lane for 1. Now I see Vi back top. Vi and Kale trying to take care of Vlad. Vlad is at full health. And Sona now just pushing down the wave on her own. There goes the turret. Hemoplage comes out. Lots of damage comes out. It's amplified. Xin Zhao comes in. Now it's 2v2, but the blue team's already incredibly low. That's going to be 2 kills. Both of them going over to Xin Zhao. Feeding the jungler some much-needed gold. Maelstrom comes out from Kennen in the bot lane, throwing out quite a bit of damage on Sona, but not enough to really bring her particularly low. There, and the Flash is going to pick up the kill there, and then Lightning Rush gets him out from underneath the turret. So, took a bit longer than you would expect for a mid laner to kill the support, but still does pick up the kill. And we see now, though, that the purple side has started returning the favor of the pink wards. And now, blue team looking to take the dragon here. Kennen, Tristiana, and Leona. There should be enough lifesteal across the board there. That's not going to be a problem. But at the same time, purple team has moved into the top lane and looking to take a turret in response. And that damage goes down, and now they're going to be able to try and make a push on to pick up 2 kills, but blue team backs away. So you trade dragon for an interior turret. Probably a... Oh, that's horrible luck for Leona, at least. Solar Flare comes out. Tristiana knocks him away. Oh, Vlad... Varus tries to be sneaky. Varus actually probably could have just kept walking on underneath their turret and picked up an execution kill. I think 10 seconds had passed since he had last taken damage, because the knockback from Tristiana knocked him out of the way of the Solar Flare. So... they do pick up the kill bot lane. Sona's still going to be there. Not much she can do, but big 3-man push going down the mid lane. Picks up another turret, and they back off before the team can collapse. And looks like that 3-man group may rotate bot and try to do the same thing in the bot lane. The ult from Vi coming out knocks up Vlad. Vlad gets dropped to 400 health. Uses his pull to avoid the Maelstrom. Hemoplague comes out. It's not going to be enough damage to get out. That Hemoplague does some really nice effects in the fact that it amplifies all damage taken by the targets who get caught in it. So, yeah, even though he was going to die, getting that Hemoplague out, not a bad call, but no one's able to really follow up on it and take advantage of it. Solar Flare comes out and completely misses, but now it's a 4-man push into the bot lane, or into the mid lane. Not much Varus and Sona can do on their own. Just too much. They are able to call off the minions, though, and because the minions are gone... Wow, Sona going balls to the wall. trying to pick up the kill. Varus responding in kind, able to pick up one kill, but that means that there's 3 members. It's 3v1. You can't keep doing this 3 into or 1 into 3 stuff and expect to come out the winners in fights. They finally take that interior mid turret, so turret counts now even across the board. Kills now starting to swing in favor of the blue team. They are up 5 kills, 18 to 13, and have got about a 2,000 gold lead. Vlad and Vi meet in the bush. Lots of damage going on. Vi is just throwing out a ton of damage, but Vlad able to sustain through most of it. I can see a huge minion wave there. That's going to be a lot more gold for Vladimir. Still, okay, it's a 75 CS lead, 60 CS lead now. That's going to change fairly quickly. That's going to get close back to that 2-to-1 that he's had the entire game. That's just a ton of gold. Let's see, 3v3, 3v4 in the mid lane. Looks like a major team fight's getting ready to break out fairly soon. Kale trying to get in position to land a slow, but by the time she does, the teams are so far apart, no one's able to follow up, really. Home guard boots from Zinjal bring him to the turret as well. You see, the blue team is rotated as a 5-man group down to the purple side blue buff, trying to give the blue buff to someone who wants it. Kennen taking the long way around to pick that up. No vision out there means the purple team can't continue to chase Kale, even though they were technically okay for the moment. Let's see, purple team doesn't have a real good idea of where the blue team's gone, and so they're having to play reactive instead of trying to make a push of their own. Got to get some wards out there. Getting the sight stone on the support would certainly help. Free wards are free. Vlad is the first one in, is going to take a ton of damage. Gets dropped very low. Pool comes down. Extra damage goes out. Hemoplague comes out. Being able to drop that Hemoplague earlier probably would have resulted in at least 1, if not 2 or 3 kills, where it has the damage amplification. But Vlad being the first one to check means that he took a ton of damage. And he really is the driving force behind this team. He's the one who's got a lot of the damage, really, although he's building a very tanky build. Spirit Visage giving him magic resist. Ravenous Death Cap is one offensive item, although you could argue the health items are offensive since he does get the AP from his health. Lots of damage going down to Tristiana. Will get dropped fairly low, but the heal from Kale makes sure that nothing is going to happen there. But there does give... okay, that is... Varus with her kid. The way the models were stacked on top of each other, it looked for a moment like Rise had built Radowin's Hurricane, and that certainly would have been an interesting item choice. Blue team's forced to go back and kind of collect themselves, but they've made really good progress, starting to build up a fairly sizable lead here in the later stages of this game. Let's see, Kennen taking another blue buff, getting those cooldowns of Maelstrom low. Maelstrom is such a powerful teamfight ability. Some wards going out. And see, both teams have Vision of the Dragon. So purple team will know that it's happening, and looks like they're going to try to contest, but they're fairly far away, and by the time they get there, it may already be gone. It was a complete and total bait. Fight comes in, Sona gets locked up first. Pool comes down, takes off 20% of his health early. Vlad does pick up a kill, trying to get enough damage down. Vi melting Vladimir, doesn't have any real armor to speak of, because the Pool's now on cooldown since he used it early, not able to use it to escape. And that ends up being a 1 for 3, plus the blue team's getting the dragon. that gold advantage is going to stretch to probably around 800 to 1,000. That's what we're at 3,000 gold. Might get another 1,000 gold out of it. So 4,000 gold lead now. That's a couple of major items. It's starting to become a real factor here. Purple team's about to respawn here, but right now blue team's able just to farm all 3 lanes. It's starting to get a fair amount of pressure into all 3 lanes, as purple team's forced to regroup and only have vision down that dragon area, so they don't know where Vi or Kennen either are. With that, not going to be able to make any sort of push on their own. They did see Kennen when he was clearing out minions, so they think there may be a push going on bot lane. We see, looks like another fight's about to happen here in the jungle. Sona walks right by him. Crescendo comes out, does get 2 down. 2 quick kills in succession. Maelstrom's there, but he is the only one left. It's a 5v1. He still manages to pick up 1 kill in a 5v1 situation. But that's still a 1-for-3 trade, and it's exactly what purple needed to get back in this game. BananaSplits trying to mount a comeback. We see with that, their 4-man push looks to be making a push down the mid lane, trying to even up the mid lane turrets. Have a bunch of minions do it. We've got 15 seconds to continue making this fight. Xin Zhao will die in the process. Now the damage focuses onto Tristiana. That's going to be another kill, but Tristiana picks up 2. So it's 2 kills for 1 in a turret. And then right as all that finishes up, Vi's in the mix. Pool goes down very late. That's going to be a lot of damage avoided. Almost enough for Sona to pick up the kill. Vi has less than 100 health, and the minions trying to do the work. Finally, the shield comes out from Vi's ability, and she will walk away with 500 health. The minions almost proving their worth, as the minions kept her under 100 health for an extraordinarily long time. But now with 3 members of purple down, blue team seems to be making the rotation towards Baron. Pink ward there means they know no one's going to see them start it, although purple team certainly has to be expecting it. Their jungler's not there. Their major sources of damage aren't there. This is going to be a very slow Baron. Xin Zhao looks like he wants to dive in there, but with no extra wards. Oh, just flashes over a blind. Blue team smites a little bit early, so not able to get the kill. No one's there to follow up with him. Stun's going out. Vi is finally there. Maelstrom comes out. Now the whole teams are there. And we trade 1 for 2. Blue team has the Baron, so the regen's going out. Now the damage is coming out from the blue team, and that's going to be an ace. Blue team picks up the ace. 4 members still alive with the buff. Tristiana in the bot lane all on her own is going to make the push in bot lane. These 3 going to make the push in mid. Have 20 seconds really uninterrupted pushing. Probably will get the inhibitor turret. Might get the inhibitor because it will be 3v1 for another 10 seconds after Xin Zhao comes up. So there goes the inhibitor turret. And followed up fairly quickly by the inhibitor itself. Xin Zhao thought about going in on his own, but now Tristiana's there, and they're going to pick up another turret. Rise just respawned. Xin Zhao trying to draw the attention away. Doesn't matter though. Vi and Tristiana alone are enough to bring down inhibitors quickly. Stun comes out. Rise gets stunned up. Zhonya's hourglass goes out. They do get a kill. Vi's ultimate comes in though. Sona must be super tanky or something. Still alive. Hemoplage comes out, gets 1 kill. The Hemoplage will pop Leona's dropped to under just about 200 health. Xin Zhao probably will catch her. He waited for the shield to go off. If Leona hits with that shield explosion, the shield lasts for an extended period of time. Xin Zhao doesn't continue the push and is actually stopped in his tracks. I wonder if he DC'd. There he moves. Xin Zhao probably still could have gotten the damage through that shield even. Because it's not a true shield, it's a stat booster. I see blue team farming up the jungle, get that little bit extra gold. Gold now almost 10,000 in favor of the blue team. But they have managed to BananaSplits on the purple side have managed to weather the storm from the Baron buff. I think the only member left with the Baron buff is Leona, and that's not near as dangerous as having it on someone else. Alright, farms coming back out. The purple team has done a very good job. Everyone except for Vladimir has picked up a ward. That's a very nice way of getting wards across the map. Everyone's sharing in the cost. Wish more people would do that. That's a very nice way to get lots of extra wards down. And they're going to... purple team does manage to get the dragon. Tristiana looks like she was going to try and steal it. But 3 versus 1 there makes it kind of hard to do. Now it's going to be a 4 or 5 man team fight in the jungle again. Let's see everyone trying to set it up. Vlad gets caught off on his own though. Now the fight's rotating into the bot lane. Vlad turns around. Crescendo comes out. I don't know, Maelstrom Flash? Followed by Zonia's is what happened there. Human Play comes out. Lots of damage coming down. Then Vlad tries to pull away. Gets dropped fairly quickly though. That's an ace. 60 seconds here. This is going to be the game. 60 seconds here to push into the lane. 2 inhibitors already down. Yeah, there's no reason this game shouldn't end before the next respawn. So, good job by the purple team. Weathered the early storm. Weathered the early kills by Vladimir. Lots of words going down. GG's going out. Tristiana jumping into the fountain for no reason not to, I guess. But no, what we saw there, blue team weathered the early storm, weathered the early Vladimir kills, got to the point where Vladimir couldn't just immediately burst someone down, and the damage just wasn't really there for the rest of the BananaSplits on the purple side to turn stuff around. We saw lots of, Kale gets an ultimate that makes her invulnerable. Vi was very tanky for the items that she built. I mean, she only has 1 tank item, and that's you can call that a tank item. That's the Frozen Mallet. It gives health, but had a ton of lifesteal and a ton of attack speed. Kennen in the mid lane did amazing jobs with his Maelstrom, just would melt teams. It wasn't badly played by the BananaSplits. It was a good, well-played game. There were a couple of times that I think Xin Zhao got caught out and melted fairly quickly, even though he did build Spirit Visage and Frozen Mallet himself. So that's a nice bit of tank there. Bot lane, despite having the 2v1 early again, did not really build any sort of a CS lead while they had the 2v1, and Tristiana was able to come back, and then once Leona got there, Leona did an amazing job early in the game. Zenith Blade stuns, Solar Flare, Zenith Blade stuns, just stun locking people, even though a lot of them didn't turn into kills due to some poor communication on the blue side. So that was a great game by both sides. Blue team picks up the kill in 41 minutes. Nice job by both teams. So with that, this game's over, and probably tomorrow we'll take a look. We've got another one waiting in the wings, so another game by the BananaSplits. We'll be taking a look at that tomorrow, so if you'd like to see how the game plays differently, come back tomorrow, take a look at that. if you're interested in getting to play with people like the BananaSplits or the other teams we have, or if you're new to League of Legends and are curious about how do I get started, the NTGL group is a great place to start. It's a group dedicated to helping newer players find their way, and then providing a place for them to grow and eventually get into higher level play, and then we facilitate that higher level play at the same time. If you're interested in learning more about us, go look at the bottom of the stream. There's a link to our forums. Feel free to come in, ask questions. Also, if you just want to want to see us in game, every Tuesday night there is Newbie Tuesday Gaming Night. Starts at 7 p.m. Central. That's today, August 13th. 7 p.m. Central. There will be the game. Join the channel NT20. It's NT20. I think tonight's 20. I'll go pull up the website just to make sure. I want to say to join the right channel. Let's see. Newbie Tuesday number 20. Join the channel NT20 to find everyone who's there for the Newbie Tuesday nights. Feel free to come join us. If you're under level 30, we'll pair you with some other under 30s. You'll have some people, other people who stream like myself out there doing some commentary. You'll have a couple of 30s who might play in game to kind of help guide stuff in the game. Great place to learn, ask questions, and get exposed to a lot of new people who are just as new as yourselves. If you're an experienced player and you want to pass along everything that you've learned, Newbie Tuesdays is a great group for you because we have a lot of people like myself trying to pass along everything that we've learned out to the rest of the community. So check that out. If you enjoyed my shoutcasting and you think you might be interested in shoutcasting yourselves, there's a group called the College of Casting. They're on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, search for College of Casting, you'll find them. It's an entire group dedicated to doing shoutcasts of games, tournaments, and whatnot. Very good place if you want to get started. Also, a fairly good resource if you just want to get started in streaming in general. So, check them out as well. That's going to be it for this one. Probably going to stop the stream for a few minutes here, and then come back with just some games being played. So, hope everyone had a good time, and we will catch you next time.